Hi, how is everyone tonight? It's Monday, May 22nd. I'm coming live from New York. My name is Mary Amy. I'm all about shifting away darkness, guiding you to no, I can't even remember what I'm supposed to say. Shift away darkness, guiding you to your true potential and cracking open that beautiful glowing light in your heart. I guess I'm in a place right now of really being my authentic self, and I'm in acceptance mode. I'm saying, whatever happens, happens. I'm kind of not even in a place anymore of having any expectations. I'm just going to say whatever happens, happens. I'm in acceptance mode. And I think I have no more fight left in me. I'm just going to be positive, and I'm going to continue to visit you guys and come here and speak about light, living in the light. Coming live from New York. I'm trying to fix everything because I was running late as usual. It's my MO now, isn't it? I'm always never on time. 7:45 to me is 7:52. Has anyone had any dreams lately? Are you writing down your dreams? It's so important for us to write down our dreams as soon as we wake up so we don't forget them, because maybe there's a flash of information in your dreams and it's something that's going to give you information. Maybe you're going to solve a problem out in the physical reality, in the physical realm. And I guess tonight we're going to cover topics that, I don't know if everyone can see me because I don't know if it's fuzzy tonight. We're going to cover topics like web of lies, truth, the human energy consciousness. And I believe that that's something is very valuable for all of us, because the more that we understand ourselves, then the more we'll be able to distinguish between what will bring us happiness and what will bring us pain and suffering. And we're also going to cover auric field. You know, as usual, I bring up topics that I believe are relevant or they resonate with me and they're interesting. Of course, I'm going to mention angels. Angels are beings of light. They come from the heavens. They're here to protect humanity. They guide us. They're messengers. They're warriors. I believe one of my topics this week is going to be Archangel Michael. And the more that I speak of angels, then the more positive energy flows into my life and lifts me up through any circumstances or situations that are difficult for me, because we are under so much stress every single day, just always running on the hamster wheel. And I don't know if you're a truth seeker like I am. It gets even a little bit more complicated because you're trying to integrate yourself between the two levels of consciousness and the two belief systems. And then there's the three-dimensional. I swear, hey, Ghost Night, it's Mary. Hello, Amy. That's okay. People say that to me all the time, Amy. I'm so accustomed to that. It's my name anyway. It's no worries. How are you, Ghost Night? Any dreams lately? I just jumped on. I did not post it with any advanced warning because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. I was just about to correct myself. And my dreams lately have been very positive, or they've been release dreams. And those that have been in my life from my past, and maybe it brought me trauma, or it was a toxic relationship, or the relationship just ended, have kind of been surfacing in my dreams lately. And there's been definitely a theme in each one of the dreams. And the dreams have left me with an uplifting feeling. Like, again, there was closure. It wasn't dark. And in all the dreams, I came up with everything smelling like roses for me. And I believe that's because I'm clearing my field, and we're going to get into our human consciousness field, our human energy consciousness, our auric field. And I also want to touch on revelations. I also would like to, again, as usual, remind you how important your thoughts are and how we can form the future with our thoughts, because our thoughts are energy. I mean, everything's energy, isn't it? But our thoughts are energy, and we can encourage or we can deplete some focus, some emotions or feelings with our thoughts. For example, if you are really excited about a prospective, I guess, task or event that's coming, you can imagine a lot of positive outcomes for it. And if you have doubt, and I always say, watch out for the doubt when you do this psychic phenomenon, because the doubt, nothing will surface, nothing will happen. You'll just be left empty-handed. And we know that during psychic phenomenon, there's no proof. We have to just accept it. So let's try to remove doubt from our thinking as much as possible. Sleep paralysis, have been paralysis free. My dreams have been. Well, that's amazing, Ghost Knight. And I agree with you. My dreams lately, there isn't a shred of negativity. And I must have moved into another realm, or I cleared something in my human energy field. And again, I want to remind you how our intention is important, intention to have a commitment to do our best. And it's kind of very similar, running parallel to our thoughts, because our thoughts can create an outcome and our intention can create an outcome. We kind of want to stay in the area, the field of believing that things can go well. Because when we are sending out the message, whether we realize it or not, every thought we're sending out the message, somebody might be receiving it. And if it's negative, they're grabbing onto it and they're holding on to it, and then they're feeding on it. So it's important that we are very aware. We have control over our thoughts. And I'm not out of the norm of, I have to be careful with what I'm thinking of. Sometimes I fall into a little gap because I'm triggered. I'm trying to get rid of my triggers, and so I can't get out. It's like I'm in a dark hole and I have to get out of it. And how do I get out of it? I remind myself I'm here right now and have gratitude. Let's have gratitude for this moment. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So let's have gratitude for this moment right now. Let's be grateful that we're here, we're breathing, it's 2023, we're survivors of 2023, and we are headed into this fifth dimensional reality. And in this reality, there is more than enough hope and positivity and prosperity. So let's remind ourselves we can create a better world for ourselves, a more exciting, authentic version of ourselves. We have everything within us. We were born with this. And it's basically, we are magnifying all of our skills, all of our wonderful characteristics. And I always say, remind yourself, what are your 3 authentic traits that make you who you are? And when you do that, you're actually kind of reminding yourself, you're bringing everything into focus. You're realizing how unique you are with those 3 characteristics. So maybe you have the most beautiful brown eyes. Maybe you're amazing at skiing or numbers or whatever it is. Maybe you have beautifully long legs. I don't know. Whatever it is that you believe and you love about yourself, those are your 3 authentic characteristics. And don't forget about it, because when we have a down day or a moment that we are stuck and we have stress and anxiety and we're just holding on, we're white knuckling it, where something brought us down, and it might be related to your health. It might be emotional. It might be something that you are trying to figure out within yourself. Maybe you're just feeling defeated. If you remind yourself of your 3 authentic characteristics, you can lift yourself up. You can stand on it and say, okay, well, I can do this, this, and this, or I should have gratitude for these actually beautiful characteristics that I have. And remind yourself you're a cherished, lovable being of light. You're highly dimensional. It doesn't matter where you live, what you look like, what you do, or what you have. You're beautiful as is. Accept yourself as is. Tune inward and say, I love myself and I accept myself, and have courage to say that. And don't laugh at yourself, because when you laugh at yourself, you're basically sabotaging yourself. All right, so let me just remind you, tonight we're going to discuss Web of Lies, Divine Revelations, your auric field, and your human energy field. And I'm mentioning these topics because I'm kind of getting into more than what's just on the surface now. You have an inner world that you see, that you can tune inward and realize, and then you have this physical reality out here, this physical realm. And you can have experiences in the physical realm, and you can have experiences in your inner world. That's what I'm saying lately is start expanding your inner life, whether it's in your clairvoyance, in your mind, maybe it's in your heart, maybe it's in your spirit, whatever you seem to be attracted to expanding and bringing more awareness, because that's where we're headed in this 5th dimension. And in the 5th dimension, it's all about your higher consciousness. And usually I mention some of what's going on out there, and I kind of believe that I might want to take a step back from that. And I'm kind of going into acceptance mode. Oh, I have little stones here, little tumbled stone, because I need some positivity. I need some happiness right now. And so I brought these, and here we go. We have carnelian, we have black obsidian, we have crystal quartz, the vision gem, we have amazonite, and we have amethyst. And all of these are very healing. I don't know if you have any tumbled stones. And why are they healing? Well, they have healing properties. So a certain stone might resonate with you, and you say, oh, well, I love amethyst. In fact, I have an amethyst ring, or whatever it is that resonates with you, and you believe that it's something about it is giving you more power and more energy, because they're basically from the earth. And the earth is very powerful, isn't it? It's interesting. In my job in the Matrix, personal story, I was speaking to a healer, and there was a couple of healers that I met recently because we're doing some healing treatments there. And I heard that when you're imagining, and I did this when I was at the gym this weekend, if you're imagining or you have a moment to try to clear yourself, clear your energy field, clear you. You might want to, like for me, I was running on the treadmill. I was looking out at the trees outside, and I was imagining all of the light from the trees coming onto me, or the light from the trees wrapping around me. We can use nature, maybe water. You can have water. You can be around water and imagine the water cleansing you emotionally. There's ways for nature to aid us. And maybe you see a painting or a picture, or maybe it's real life and you're stepping outside. And like I always remind you, if you don't feel grounded, if you have looping thoughts and you're and you can't get a hold of your emotions, imagine your feet firmly planted in the earth's surface, and that will help ground you. And also remind yourself where you are. Oh, here's a desk, here's a pillow, and that's my suggestion. Oh, Ghost Knight, what are you saying? Nice crystals I've been trying to get a hold of years, and it's now supposed to be very powerful. Oh, I haven't heard. Oh, Malda. Yeah, I've heard of that. Really? Well, that's good. Yeah. I guess you could maybe find that online. I'm not sure. Or a crystal store. Do you have a crystal store in your neighborhood? Yes. So for me, I would say all of these resonate with me, all these little stones. And the amethyst is actually exceptional for me. And what they do is you can actually place them on different parts of your body. Maybe you want to put it on your third eye, your crown chakra. Maybe you want to put it on your heart. You can put it on your solar plex chakra. You can put it on your sacral chakra, your root chakra down here. Whatever works for you, whatever resonates with you. I always recommend to when you purchase some stones like these, you want to bring them home and then wash them in warm water and lay them outside if it's a full moon, or just have them by a windowsill. Oh, $150, really? Yeah, I guess you can get these very beautiful crystals. I saw some over the weekend. I went to this event, and in the studio, there were these beautiful raw crystals, and there was some of this clear quartz, and it was these big, huge pieces, and I think they bring you energy. They're very positive. All right, truth. I believe the best thing for all of us to do is to turn inward and know our truth. And sometimes it's very difficult to reach your truth. It's like you're swimming in muddy water and you're just trying to, I can't get there. And you want to get to the center and figure it out. And when you get to your truth, a lot of what's been blocking you all of a sudden becomes more clear, and you can see in front of you, and whatever's blocking you moves out of the way. Maybe when you come upon your truth, you have to go through it. I'm not quite sure. Every single one of us has a different experience. But the truth is really the body of what is real, what we consider to be real events and facts. And lately, in the last few weeks or longer, I've been mentioning a lot of or situations that have occurred in our physical space, our physical realm, related to events. And maybe we're hearing about them through the news or the mainstream media, or on some social app, or maybe you hear it in your community at the gym. And we're discovering what the truth really is. And we've been prevented from seeing the truth. And when you can't see the truth, it confuses everything else, doesn't it? And when you don't know what the truth is, you can make a bad decision. And I've spoken about deceit and con men, and I'm going to get onto web of lies. I believe that regardless of how bad it is, we should learn what the truth is, because we're not saving ourselves from anything by not knowing the truth. In fact, we're hurting ourselves in the long run. So it's a good thing if we tune into our own selves and we know our own truth, because we really can't we can't control anyone out here. In fact, we can't fix anyone. We only can fix ourselves. We can only come from a place that we untangle ourselves and we realize exactly who we are, and then everything wonderful will come into view. Everything wonderful will just basically land in front of you. Now, sometimes we are doing all the right things and we say, wow, why can't something good happen? Or we lose our patience and we feel exhausted from it, and we say, gosh, I just want to go to sleep, or I just give up. And we're in pain because we can't figure out how to get to a place where things are better, where our circumstances are better. And that's the moment we can't give up. And I have to remind myself of that, because I've been going through some I guess, events in my life that are difficult and they are stressful. And I always look, oh, it's going to work out. It's all great. And then when it doesn't, and then I say, oh, well, now I have to wait again and again and again, and just hoping for the best. I've learned in my lifetime, when you stay disciplined, you stay focused on, I guess, a goal or something you desire, and you don't give up. It's the moment that you're going to give up is when you should hang on and just sleep on it and get through it and come out the other side. And it might not turn out to be exactly how you imagined. However, usually whatever you manifest will eventually come through. Maybe it takes a little bit longer than you want, but it's going to be worth it. So I'm giving you the perspective never to give up. And eventually you will truly get what you want. That's my perspective. So web of lies. That is a subject tonight because, like I said, I'm in acceptance mode. So I'm seeing everything. I'm being an observer. I'm coming from a neutral perspective. As always, unless I am experiencing it myself, everything is speculation. Everything is hypothetical, is possibly true. Is it real? I'm not sure. There's a lot of speculation out there in the physical reality. Apparently there's been a web of lies, and we were raised in this web of lies. It's just a gigantic web of lies. It's like this spider web above us. And is there a black widow spider or some kind of tarantula above us over our heads waiting to suck our blood out of us? Maybe. However, we are going to shift away all this darkness, and we're going to light. And that's what I must say to get me to tomorrow, to get me to Tuesday, May 23rd. And I'm going to encourage you to do as well. So this web of lies is an intricate. It's something that is created as an intricate contrivance of misdirection. It's omitting or deception. It serves to entangle oneself or others. And basically a web of lies is, I guess it begins as one lie. And then because you have to cover that lie, then you have another lie and another lie and another lie. And I don't know if you've ever met anyone that you, after you get to know them, you realize that they're living in this web of lies, because you start to realize and see that most everything they say is not true. And it's a harsh reality. And if you get involved with somebody that there's a web of lies, it can actually harm you or cause discontent in your life. And do I believe that it's intentional by some? Maybe some are really interested in harming others, or maybe it's they can't help themselves. I don't know. But either way, be aware. So they spin a lie, they spin a web of deceit and a web of lies, and it's continuous lies. And they're forming a state of confusion. And what ends up happening is they start to gaslight you, because when you point something out, then they try to encourage you to feel insane. Oh, no, that's not true. And out in the physical reality, the physical dimension, that's what I believe has been created for us, is a web of lies. And whenever we pointed something out, either another crisis came up, or we were told we were insane, or you're just a conspiracy theorist. So this forming of confusion starts to affect us in other ways, because then we start to we doubt ourselves, we lose our confidence, we don't learn much about our insides. We're all consumed with what's going on out here. What does that person have? Where do they live? What are they doing? And most of the time, there's envy related to this. There is jealousy related to this. There is materialism related to this, self-centeredness. and it's not going to breed anything healthy for you, and you're not going to gain anything from it. But to stand back and to really be aware and to be an observer and come from a place of neutrality, you start to see this. And the reason why it's important for you to see the web of lies, because you can't get hurt then. You can jump out of the way. You can learn from it. You can see it, oh, that's what that is. Because all of it becomes, you realize, connected. And that's what's been going on in our physical reality. Everything is connected. All of the systems are all connected to, there's something or someone up here above all of these lies and all of these systems, the health, I guess you could say the medical, not health, the medical, government, the media, the schools, the education. What am I leaving out? The government branches. And we're realizing this. We know now from the Durham report that the CIA and the FBI knew exactly what was going on, and they were creating this web of lies. And we're finding out some of these politicians and the elite, the wealthy, have been destroying humanity for hundreds of years. So those actively involved in politics maybe deceive or outmaneuver others for personal gain, maybe for their piggy bank. And hopefully this EBS system is going to come in, and we're going to have the emergency broadcast system, and then all of the disclosure all at once to all of those normies that don't see what's going on, because I don't know why. It's like they don't see what I see and maybe what you see. And this disclosure will be revealed, and then we'll head into this quantum financial system. And I'm still hearing about the EBS and the quantum financial system. So I believe that that's coming. And I know Bob Harding is always like, I don't want to hear about the white hats and the black hats, the dark hats. But I can tell you, it looks like the white hats have turned a corner, and we are going to be receiving all this disclosure. And I don't want to see all of it. So what is disclosure? Disclosure is the process of revealing. It's uncovering. It's unmasking the truth. And it's basically a revelation. It's the reveal of a truth. And revelation comes through the natural world and through our own world, our own nature. We can have a revelation out here and say, aha, like an epiphany, an aha moment. Or we can have it inside, and it's like we're quiet for a moment, and I have stillness, and it's like information drops down into me, and I have some truth that comes through. I don't know if that's happened for you. So the disclosure of something previously hidden is bringing light to it. And the earth is actually being covered by light. And all of the lies and the deceit and the evil is being shined on. It's being illuminated. And there's been glimmers and, I guess you could say, beautiful glowing light that is uncovering all of this. Now I have this here, which is kind of the battle that we've been undergoing, which is dark versus evil, good versus evil. And with the revelations that we're receiving, and maybe you could say it's disclosure, evil is going to leave. Evil is going to be gone, because as soon as you shine light on the evil, it cannot manifest like it was. It's not as strong as it was. It doesn't have the same power, because as soon as everyone starts to wake up from this state that they've been in, this hypnotic state, they will make different choices. That's why disclosure is so important, because you will make different choices. So revelation is something revealed, sudden insight or idea. disclosure of something previously hidden. And this can be out, in relation to the rest of the world, your community, the state, the globe, or it can be in relation to you. Are you experiencing some revelation within you? Have you begun to acknowledge more of who yourself, more of your own characteristics, more of your own belief, and stopped blocking yourself from being exactly who you are, becoming more truthful with yourself? Because being more truthful with yourself will help you to, I guess, be happier and have more serenity and more positive energy when we are accepting of ourselves. So much of what hurts us is when we're not accepting or we have doubt. So let's believe in ourselves. Let's tune inward in this moment right now and ask our heart chakra, how are you feeling? And what would bring happiness to you? And if you can't reach your heart and you don't have an answer, don't give up. Just give it a moment and maybe let out a breath. And don't pressure yourself. When you pressure yourself, you bring anxiety and then you won't get what you're looking for. So let's let go of any tension that we have and then tune inward and ask ourselves, how are you feeling? And if it's not positive or not higher vibrational, like a low vibrational emotion, ask yourself what will bring your happiness. And then you want to start imagining it before you. You're holding it in your hands, or you can just close your eyes and you see it before you. In this moment, everything must be in this moment, because that's how we create the future. If we say, oh, I want this tomorrow, we can't create it. We have to create it in this moment for it to be real. For it to be real, we must say, I want this right now, in the palm of my hands, or right before me. If we want to have it come to us. Because if we're always talking about tomorrow, it's never going to come to us. We have to be here in this moment. So the removal of the veil can be seen. Now, have you heard of divine revelations? Divine revelations is the purpose for humanity to have some kind of mystical insight. Have you received any mystical insight? If you spend a lot of time in nature, if you go outside, just walk around on the grass, maybe barefoot, take a walk on your own, maybe go to a body of water, sit by a tree, and just have your own peace of mind, connect with the earth, look at the trees and the creatures in the forest, in the woods, or wherever you can, that's nature. You might just very well have a mystical insight. You might very well realize things about yourself, bring forward something from your past, and remind you, oh, what about that? Maybe I want to try doing that. Brings peace. So something will be revealed during revelation. So in order to explain and justify the characteristics and beliefs of God is divine revelations. Now we hear about that with the Bible. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So if you speak of divine acts, maybe it's a miracle, divine self-disclosure, you can have and receive divine information and wisdom that can come into your system. And how are you going to attract that or bring that? By clearing your human energy field. And we're going to get into that in a minute. So divine revelation is found in creation and in every person's conscience. And this is why it's really highly vital that we don't do things to alter ourselves and become artificial, because we're going to lose this organic and natural DNA that we were born and gifted with. And it's tampering with the gold. You have the gold within you, and that's what they want from us. And that's what this web of lies is probably about, is using us for them, for whatever they want. So we want to separate ourselves from all of the negativity out in the physical reality. And we want to tune inward to ourselves. And that's how we're going to become stronger. We're going to have more personal power within us. The personal power is not going to come from out here in the physical reality. Yes, maybe you can go to the gym and become stronger. Your body can physically become stronger. But your mind and your heart are necessarily, and your spirit are not going to be stronger by lifting weights or working out at the gym. But if you sit quietly by yourself and you practice stillness, you will become stronger. Your mind will become stronger. You will be able to accomplish so much more. And you'll have less anxiety and stress. So we can receive divine disclosure within ourselves, like I said, and as well as out here. In every person's conscience, they have divine revelations. So the sum of your word is the truth. And now I'm back on truth, and I started about truth. I said how it's important. It's the body of real things, events, and facts. And it represents reality, at least the reality that we see or believe it to be reality. That's why it's so important to kind of get past the web of lies, because if we don't know exactly what is going on, or at least close to the truth, we can be misinformed, and we can misrepresent ourselves, and we can make mistakes, and we can make bad decisions. So let's try to stand back and be observers. Don't take everything at face value. So we are communicating unknown truths about God when we're speaking of divine revelations. All right, so let's get into human consciousness. And I had some idea about this, but I realized that there was some information that I wanted to share with you. And I have quite a few pieces of some pictures here. And now my printer's out of ink, but that's okay, because this was important. So let's start here maybe. All right, so a human energy consciousness known as HECS. And why am I bringing this up? Because I believe this is related to intuition and our psychic phenomenon. And so it's all in that field, in that niche. So your auric field. Now they call HSP, high sense perception, a psychic or clairvoyant. And maybe you too, maybe you are a high sense perception individual. We all are to some degree. It's a matter if we're going to actually encourage ourselves and practice and build up our intuition, because our intuition can guide us more so than our decisions that we think through. Our intuition can tell us, go this way, go that way. And it might not be a straight road, but our intuition will take us out of harm's way. Our intuition will guide us, and you will have more flow. The more that you tune into your intuition, the more flow your life will have. Just like when we find our truth. So there is a flow of energy in relation to your human consciousness. You have your heightened senses. So consciousness ways to gather information about physical and non-physical environment is your high sense perception. Human energy consciousness. We all have this. We all have the ability to have human energy consciousness. So our auric field. Now here we go. Here's a picture, and I have some more I'm going to show you, and I'll just talk and I'll hold them up so you have some kind of visual. I love visuals, you know that. So auric field is your actual emotional experience, which means that when we have trauma, it doesn't leave us. It lands in our auric field. So here we have this. Here's somebody who has some kind of emotional experience. Here's their auric field. And so it's muddled. Everything's muddled. And what happens when you're affected in your auric field? You start to have ailments if it's not healed, if you don't release it, if it's not cleared. it begins to bother you somewhere. If you have something chronic, it's because it started in your auric field and it's something emotional within you. And you have to try to lose that, try to clear yourself and come to your truth. All of this is very, very helpful to you. I'm giving suggestions. And then you will have a much more clear auric field. See how clear that is? And all the colors, it's beautiful. So an auric field is a receiver and transmitter of universal information, of emotional information. It's a receiver and transmitter. So you're receiving information and you're transmitting information. Just like when you come upon someone and you're saying, oh, their energy. What do you think that means? That means that if you say, oh, wow, they have great energy, that means they're most likely have a clear auric field, human energy field that's clear. Now, if you meet someone and you say, oh, wow, that's really rough. This person is just, I can't even be around them. And you can't quite place it. You don't know what it is. Probably it's because they're carrying around something, either trauma or pain or anger or something in their auric field, in their energy field. If a person's nature is drawn towards, so if you are someone who is a creator, you're about happiness, you're about beauty, then your soul is going to align with softness and light, and you're going to be very welcoming. Those out there in the physical reality be like, oh, the person that is someone that everyone always wants to be around because they make them feel good. It's because their energy field. Their energy field is softness and light. And when they feel an emotion, the feeling becomes influenced by their soul's placement in the subtle field. And what happens is it will manifest and form a life supporting themselves and others. So they have more alignment. The image looks like the representation of a magnet field with north and south poles, so that poles receive and in the north. Interesting. Well, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, it has a lot. It's just showing the chakras and it's showing energy. Because I was reading today that you can literally, if you practice, you can see the energy around you, because your energy field is larger than your body. Your auric field is larger than your body. We're going to get into the 5 layers of the energy field, the human energy field. And so when we are coming from a place where we're basically, like I say, our thoughts, our intention, and we're coming from a place of happiness, and we're beauty, and we're trying to create that, then everything begins to line up in our energy field, and it brings softness and light. Now, a person who's very self-centered or psychotic will position themselves in realms where energy expands negatively and causing a damaging effect, which means they are actually, like I said, when you see them, or when you encounter them, because you can feel it coming off of them. And those individuals might be someone that there's always some kind of comment about them, or they're not liked. And it's because they're carrying around this expanded negativity in their energy field. And they're looking for that. Just like when you are searching or focusing for, let's say, it could be anything. If you're looking for some kind of negative comments or negative people or stuff that's going on out in the physical reality, you're actually bringing that into your energy field. If you're searching for something that's positive and harmonious, you're also bringing that into your energy field. So be aware what you're doing. Be aware of your actions. Now, our heart chakra is a level of feeling. That's why it's crucial that we tune into our heart chakra, and we are in a place that we are trying at least to send light to ourselves and others. So the 5 layers of the earth, of the human energy field. Let me see which one I should hold up. I think I'm going to hold this one. All right, so the 5 layers of the human energy field. And if you're saying, Mary, why are you talking about this? Because I believe that the more awareness that we have to this topic, then the more we'll be aware of how we can make changes or how we can become more tuned into our higher consciousness. Because this is all related to higher consciousness. So the 5 layers of the human energy field. We have the human body, the mind, and the spirit. So the body represents physical and energy layers. And the mind, so basically, our body represents this physical, right? The physical of us, our physical, I guess, aspects, characteristics. You know, our arms, our legs, our heads, our torso, all of that. And then our mind represents the emotional and mental layers. And then our spirit represents the spiritual layer, our spirit. Now, our spirit is probably, to me, the most powerful. I believe our spirit, because our spirit is what decides our death. Our spirit decides how much energy we're going to put into something. Our spirit was here before we were born. So our spirit is guiding us. And if our spirit kind of gets taken astray, or it gets blocked by maybe our mind telling us not to follow the spirit, our spirit is probably what our intuition is. So energy is emotional, mental, and spiritual are invisible, but they work together. So in other words, we can sense our energy, and our energy can be coming from a place of I love, I want joy, I'm hoping the best for others. Now we can't see that, can we? It's just my perspective. It's my belief. It's what I'm putting out there, our energy. It's invisible, but it works together. So the mental and the spiritual are invisible, but they work together. Because when we mentally decide to do something, and then we have a spirit backing it up, how powerful is that? When you set your mind to something, and then your energy and your spirit is like, I'm in, all in, you can accomplish anything you want. See how powerful? You have tools within you. You can do anything you want. You can create that beautiful dream, that beautiful desire that you want, that goal. Whatever that is, you have this power within you. Now, I know we can get really wrapped up in what's going on out here. I'm not saying we don't pay attention, because we have to protect ourselves and we have to be aware. But how are we going to shift what's going on in this physical reality? Through our thoughts, through our spirit, through our energy, through our emotions, through our belief system. And we can't take everything at face value, and you have to know that you have all the answers within you. Now, if anything is out of balance, it can manifest on a visceral level, and it can cause a physical ailment. And I mentioned that before. You know, what's going on here in our human energy field, if we have some kind of trauma, or if we have something emotional that happens to us and we don't reconcile it or integrate it, it becomes an ailment, an issue within you. You must be aware of this. We want to try to clear this whole energy field, and we're gonna practice some of those in a little bit, aren't we? Because we can't do this all on our own. We need each other. We need to be positive and uplifting for each other to bring us through. We're going to hold each other's hands. We're going to hug one another. We're going to love each other, and we're going to be at peace on this globe. And that's where we're going. Together, we're going to do this. We are. Mark my words. I promise you. Now, you might have a sense of disconnection with others, with yourself, and this will affect your experiences. So when you're out of balance, It's going to affect not only you, but everyone surrounding you. And it might cause mental distress if something upsets you. Now, I'm super, super sensitive. I would guess you would call me fragile. I'm a fragile being because of some of the experiences that I've had, and maybe they're traumatic or I suffered and some of it was chronic. And so I'm somebody that I have things in my energy field that I'm still trying to clear. And I don't know how to clear them because when something triggers it, I can't get out of my own way. It's like I said earlier, I go into this deep hole. I don't know if that's happened to you. And we have to be aware of that. And we don't want this to cause us mental distress, and we don't want to cause ailments. So let's together try to figure all of this out. I think we're doing it right now in this moment. Let's have gratitude for this moment, right? Oh, by the way, Elsa, she's napping. She was playing with her bestie today. Every once in a while, she lets out a yap. She cries a little because she moves. I think it's her front right leg right here. She did something to it. I don't know what. I don't know if she jumped off the couch, but she's definitely on the mends. All right. Now the physical, our flesh, our bones, our blood, our skin, our organs. That's your self-perception. The physical that I'm referring to is your self-perception. Here's another picture because I'm sharing. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I think you're not really fragile, but you're very there are a few people like you that have this gift to feel what others feel in a type. Okay, well, thank you for saying that. I do believe though I am fragile. I mean, fragile in a sense that I know I can be really tough, but I'm fragile in that I can get my feelings hurt. I can get my feelings hurt, and then I don't know how to come back from that. And I could start to cry even saying that, but I won't. We're going to move on. We're going to keep moving on. Physical. Okay, so our physical being, this being that you have, you know, your head, your hair, your arms, your legs, your height, your characteristics of your face, your hands, your feet are all your physical. And that is your self-perception. And you've been programmed to focus on your physical body. Like, that's the most important thing. How do I look? What does my hair look like? You know, whatever it is, let me wear certain clothing so I look thinner or heavier or whatever it is. Not heavier. I guess you don't want to look heavier, but I'm saying not to look heavier. And so that's our physical, and we store painful experiences in our bodies, and it can spread out through self-expression. Now, it can spread out by expressing yourself and by telling others, like someone who's always talking about, oh, I need to lose weight. Oh, I need to lose weight, because that's their physical body. They're focused on that. They think everybody is consumed with that, and that's all out here in the physical reality. It's what a lot of, I guess, discussion is about. What do people look like, as well as what they have. And let's not put our focus on that. We can heal ourselves. Now, our energy level. Here's all these different, this is like, just so you know, this is the root chakra. It's showing it from the front. This is the root chakra. This is the sacral chakra. This is the solar plex. This is the heart chakra. This is the throat, third eye, and crown. This is not supposed to be, you know, like personal body parts. That's just red because that's the root chakra. So if that's bothering anyone, I'll hold up something else. See, just like this one, see how it's red, the root chakra. So our energy level, our body is surrounded by this enormous energy field. And in this energy field are stored all of our experiences. That's why when you have something that's positive, it's stored there. It's in your energy field, as well as if something traumatic happens to you. And if you're holding on to it in your belief system, it's still there. It's going to stick around until you release it. So our body is surrounded by this energy field, your spirit, and it's bigger than your body, and it's in and around you. And body and spirit integrate and operate in harmony. They can operate in harmony. You're more aware, you're more abundant, it's effortless in your life, and it will be. And you have the body and spirit connection. Now, I don't know if you have that. I don't know if you've integrated your energy field with your spirit. So your energy field, your body, your spirit, if you integrate both of them together, then you will live in harmony. So you will be in the present moment. The more that you're in the present moment, like I said, we're not talking about creating something for you in 2 weeks. No way. It's got to be right now. What do you want right now? Say it, think it, be it. What do you want? Whatever your goal is, what will bring you happiness? Have it in this moment. Now, if you're clear, you can put that all together and voila, you'll have it. Now, your emotional layer is your emotions, your feelings, and your fears. Now, it can be volatile inside or outside. So if you have pain in your heart, you haven't tuned inward and you haven't brought truth outward, if you haven't said, let me get a piece of paper and let me write down all the things that are bothering me, or all as much as I can think of. Now, maybe it's going to be a laundry list. You're going to be like, maybe it's going to be 2 things. Maybe it's going to be 1 thing. Something that you have been hiding, something that you're not proud of, something that's hurt you. You want to write it down. You want to look at it. And this is how you're going to relieve yourself of all of this pain. Now, the more you're truthful about these circumstances, events, the faster you're going to get this beautiful dream that you want in this moment. It's going to come to you. And maybe it's not going to come to you exactly how you imagine. It might be a zigzag. It's not going to be a straight line, but it will come to you. You will be able to manifest it. So our emotions, our feelings, and our fears, if you're coming from a place in your heart and you're not settled and you have anger, unresolved anger, you're mad at someone, you're angry at someone, do you think you're going to be able to contain that? Eventually you can't. Why? It's going to burst out of you, and it's going to be in your energy field, and it's going to be all around you. You're not going to be able to get rid of it. You have to get through your stuff. So you have to learn you're not your emotions. You are your spirit. You're not your emotions, and you're not your physical. You're your spirit. That's who you are, your spirit. Now, what's in your spirit? Now, when you were born, you're a beautiful being of light, right? You had a spark in your heart. You had light in your heart. You were beaming. You came on this earth and you said, oh, I'm happy to be here. And you were smiling and giddy as a child. And then all this stuff just kept landing on you. Maybe it was something that hurt you. Maybe it was something that scared you. And then you couldn't find your heart anymore. So right now we're uncovering everything so you can relate to yourself more and more, and you can find your heart. So feelings and emotions. Now you can be balanced by being resilient to any external circumstances. Now that sounds so easy, doesn't it? How are we going to be resilient? We can't control what happens out there in the physical reality. We can try to be resilient. We can be resilient where we get past things and we don't let it get all tangled up. That's how we can be resilient. Maybe it takes a little bit of time. It's not in that very moment when something happens that we get over it. Maybe it's someone who passed away. Maybe it's a relationship that isn't working. And you want to come to those truths, because the quicker you come to those truths, then the quicker you'll find your personal happiness and serenity. Because guess what? No one out there in the physical reality really cares. You're the only one who cares about your happiness. I know people want you to get along with them. People want you to be pleasant around them. I mean, you probably have a few friends or family that care. But most of the time, a mom cares about their child and everyone else is on their own path. So you have your own path. Let's bring happiness into your life. It's possible. Okay, so any external circumstances may manifest into physical ailments. So your mind and your body, if you have too much stress, it can make you sick. Be aware of that. Anyone who's joining us, I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So mental. So our mental body, it's their ideas, our thoughts, our belief system, and your mindset, which can lead to whatever consumes your thoughts. So if you sit around and say, oh, it's not going to go well, it's not going to go well, it's not going to go well, or you're thinking about tomorrow all the time instead of being right in this moment, and have gratitude. I'm so grateful for today. I'm so grateful. I'm going to bring light into my life. How am I going to bring light? We're going to talk about a ball of light. We're going to move it all around you and bring it outside of your body. That's what we're going to do in about 2 seconds because we hit the 1 hour mark. So we want to clear noise and distraction and tune into energy and stop overthinking. So now the last but not least, our spiritual level. Our spiritual level is higher awareness, and it connects to universal consciousness. Your intuition brings forward info from the universe. Your intuition. So your intuition, what exactly is that? We kind of know already because we've been practicing our intuition. We've been practicing our intuitive abilities, haven't we? So your intuition is basically your gut. Your gut knows, your spirit knows, you know. You don't have to hem and haw about something. You don't have to weigh it. You have the answer right now. If someone asks you the question, whatever's your quickest response is the answer. That's probably what your intuition is saying. When you start to think about something too much, that can harm you because it's like you're not quite sure. Maybe you don't have enough information and you need more. So your spiritual level is higher awareness, and it connects to universal consciousness. So your spirit is actually connecting beyond your body, beyond your energy field. It's connecting to the cosmos, to the cosmic. It's connecting to the divine. It's connecting to other realms. You can do that. You can speak to others out there in the physical reality, other people you know, their consciousness. And we did that last week. I think it was Friday. We had a video. And I said to you, your suggestion today is to go beyond your crown chakra to your higher consciousness, and you're connecting to someone else's higher consciousness. Now, I'm very visual, so what do I imagine is I'm imagining this light beyond my head up here where I can't see, so it'll be like up here, and I'm connecting to someone else's consciousness. And I'm getting results. I'm getting information. And I'm making a suggestion and seeing if there's some kind of communication. It's possible. Your crown chakra has an energy point that connects to the heavens, a higher awareness, universal consciousness, and a higher guidance and wisdom. So now that we know our energy field is larger than our body, isn't it? I had read about this woman. I don't know if you've ever heard about her. Her name is Barbara Brennan, and she did on-hands healing. Now, I've been certified in Reiki. I don't usually do Reiki in person. I do it remote. So I clear someone's energy field. I clear all the energy around them. And then I do the Reiki as well. I connect to all their different chakras. So Barbara Brennan said, before I get onto the psychic phenomenon, Barbara Brennan said, hands-on healing, human energy consciousness, our high sense perception, uses all the normal 5 senses, taking them beyond the ranges that we call normal. In other words, we are practicing this psychic phenomenon, and it is taking us to a range outside of what's normal. And the normal is basically anyone out there who's coming from a place that they're just very focused on the physical. They're not tuning inward. this is going to bring you to a higher range. For example, seeing beyond the visible light spectrum, which is 4,000 to 7,000 angstroms, is called clairvoyance. When we tune into our clairvoyance through our third eye, we are seeing beyond the physical light spectrum. We're tuning into another, I guess, reality, another realm. And high sense perception hearing, clairaudience, which I refer to all the time when we're practicing our clairsenses, is hearing. Now, feeling and sensing is called clairsustenance. I bring that up all the time. Sensing someone's emotions or physical feeling, seeing their aura, hearing sounds and words and information. There's a lot of ways to receive psychic phenomenon from your clairsenses, to be intuitive, to have clairvoyance. You can do this. So the human energy field looks like a light plasma and is structured light beams and organized in 7 levels. Each has a particular pattern. 1, 2, and 3 relate to the physical, okay? And then 5, 6, and 7 are the spiritual realm, spiritual world. Your auric fields have levels of 2, 4, and 6, and they look like clouds of light. So this is when you get down to basically some kind of examination of what it actually looks like. I'm going more with my feelings. I don't really describe what this looks like, because when I receive information, I'm not analyzing it to the point of what the field looks like. I'm more or less gathering information. So our 7 aspects of our being is our physical body sensations, feelings about ourselves, mental processes on the physical plane, the I and thou connection or relations with other human beings, the connection to divine will, the experience of divine love, and divine mind in the perfect pattern. So you can hold a negative belief, which is an illusion, and can block your intent. Okay, so moving forward, let's get on to some psychic phenomenon. I mentioned angels, and tonight we covered, now a lot of this is news to me, and I bring up information. Now, even though I've been practicing clairvoyance and being an intuitive, doesn't mean that I have the explanation, I guess, the book explanation. I'm sharing with you the book explanation. I just give you my experiences and how to get there. But I don't describe everything, like all these different layers, which is the physical, the energy, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, which was the 5 layers of the human energy field. Now, all of these, it's difficult, isn't it? Imagine all these systems within you all working together in a harmonious way. It can't be the easiest thing, can it? Because maybe you're having an issue in your physical. Maybe you're having an issue in your energy level. Maybe in your emotional layer. Maybe in your mental. Maybe in your spiritual. And imagine clearing all of this and everything working harmonious. It's not the most easiest thing, is it? But we're attempting it. We're doing it. And I guess this picture was that exactly. Here we have, this is the mental. Here's the etheric. That's right around your body. Here's the astral. This is interesting. Someone came up with this. The emotional level. And this is the celestial. There's a lot going on in this painting. All right. All right. Well, I'd like everyone to relax. We hit the 1 hour mark. I'd like you to, whether or not you choose to close your eyes or not, have you mastered any of your clairsenses? Your hearing, your smell, your taste, your seeing beyond this realm, your feeling. Are you empathic? Your claircognizance, your knowing. Do you have a knowing? That's what this is. It's a knowing that you have. It's not going to be anything that's considered practical or I guess, normal. It's more or less something that you can achieve on your own by having focus and concentration and believing. If you have a willingness to engage with your clear senses, then you will become more able to read others, have premonition dreams, see preordained events, change the future. You can change the future through your thoughts and through your energy. You can change outcomes. All right, so let's close our eyes and we're going to, if you choose, we're going to relax. We're going to let go of any tension in our body. Maybe we're going to wiggle our toes, move our neck around. We're a rag doll. And we're going to put all of our weight in our bottom so that we're not holding anything up, because we want to really relax our body as much as we can, our physical body, so that the transmission, you become a receiver of information, and it's basically mindless. You're just a receiver. You're receiving information, and that's what we're doing here. So we're relaxed. We've let out a breath. We're trying to achieve some stillness within us. We're expanding and we're creating space. We're holding space within us, wherever you account that for. Maybe it's not something you can say, oh, it's right there, but you believe within you. You know, it's an inner life that you're creating. And we're pushing away any thoughts, because we don't really need our thoughts, do we? We just need to allow any sensations to come through. And it's going to be a flash of information. Okay, so maybe do a few inhales and exhales. We'll do that together. All right, and now we're going to just drop down into our physical being, making contact. And we're allowing anything that we need, anything that comes through, we're allowing it, because we are each operating on a certain frequency, and a frequency that matches you will send you information, and you're a receiver. So somewhere out in the galaxy, in the cosmos, in the astral world, in the angelic world, maybe here in the physical reality, is going to be information that is going to come on your frequency, and you can receive it. So let's tune into a clear sense to receive the information. Maybe you're going to be clairvoyant tonight. Maybe you've opened up your third eye with a gemstone, or you've imagined light hitting your third eye, which is the space between your eyebrows. Maybe you're going to utilize your clairsustenance, your feeling. Maybe it's going to be your sense of touch. Maybe you're just going to have a knowing, your claircognizance, or your clairaudience, okay? And I'm going to give you a suggestion, and then let's see if you receive any information. So my suggestion tonight is, I'm choosing my hearing and my feeling to receive a truth about yourself. Maybe it's from someone, or it's a situation that's going to be revealed to you. A truth about you. Okay, I don't know if anyone received any. I received something very helpful to me. Very helpful. So I don't know if you received a truth. I guess I was very open because it came and it was shown to me. So this might be what you consider a divine truth. And I spoke about that earlier. And it is in a person's consciousness. Did you receive any truth about yourself? Did I give it enough time? Okay, now maybe today we're going to do the ball of light. We're going to rub our hands together. We're going to take it away from our body. We're going to hold our hands apart, and hopefully we have some kind of sensation on the palms of our hands, and that means we're creating energy. We're creating light. I want to do this again. I haven't done this for months. I'm bringing light into this space, into this physical reality, into my human energy field right here. Put it right by your body. This is very positive. You're creating energy. You're bringing it onto the earth. Maybe you're imagining it's a ball of light. It's a ball of light. We're creating this ball of light. We're bringing it here into this physical reality. You're bringing it into your physical reality. So you should start to feel some kind of sensation on the palms of your hands. And if you don't, then keep your hands like this. And then maybe that's all you can do right now. It takes practice. And so we're bringing this ball of light because we want to bring positivity and light into our lives, don't we? And we want to create this wonderful reality for ourselves. And we want to have a reason to wake up in the morning. We want to jump out of our beds in the morning and be like, yes, I'm so excited. I'm here. Let's have gratitude. All right. So put our hands together. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Ghost Knight, and anyone else who's joining. I hope you like the video and subscribe to the channel. I want good things for everyone, and I'm sending you light, and I'm spinning light, and you're in the center of it, and you're making a wish, and I want good things, and I'm just doing it clockwise, and you're like in a Merkaba ancient light vehicle, and I'm spinning light around you, and you're in the center of it, and I'm doing it counterclockwise, and now you're moving clockwise, and I'm making a Merkaba, and you are, thanks, Ghost Knight, and I'm spinning light around you, and it's a band of 1 foot light, white light that's around you because it's going to clear away any negativity. So I'm sending light to you. Everyone be well. I'll be back again another day this week. I have some interviews coming up. I have 2 people. They told me over the weekend they were going to do it. Okay. Bye.